This metal machine, forged from heavy iron, hints at a crucial role in survival, but its true purpose remains a mystery. Two intricately designed handles await the strong grip of an experienced user, while a funnel-shaped opening teases the secrets held within. Surrounding its base are remnants of wooden boards, worn with age and use, while traces of long-ago rust embellish its form. Can you guess what this tool was once used for? Most people have no idea, yet this forgotten implement played a critical role in the lives of families across America. Today, we will uncover its identity and the stories woven into its very metal. This is a hand-cranked grain mill, sometimes simply known as a grain mill. These essential tools were used in homes and farms to grind grain into flour for bread, a staple in many American households. Imagine a morning not too long ago, in a sunlit kitchen where a housewife begins her day. She wakes early, the smell of the earth still fresh from the night's dew, and she walks over to the grain mill that stands steadfast on her kitchen countertop. Gently, she places handfuls of wheat into the funnel, cranking the handles with a measured rhythm. The sound of grain being crushed fills the air, a comforting melody in the morning. As the flour begins to collect in a bowl below, glistening like white gold, it's a moment of satisfaction, a reminder of self-sufficiency and hard work. The hand-cranked grain mill is not just an object. It represents an era where family meals were crafted from scratch, where the bond of food was fortified by the labor that went into preparing it. Each mill was often handcrafted, often taking on unique shapes based on the needs and styles of its maker. But these charming devices began to fade away as the Industrial Revolution ushered in mass production. Once reliable, hand-cranked mills were replaced by mechanized grain grinders that could complete the task within moments, rendering many small farms dependent on other sources for their flour. In this way, the hand-cranked grain mill faded into the annals of history. Now, let us shift to another forgotten tool, the froe. This heavy, flat tool with a sharp edge was designed for splitting wood rather than cutting it. Picture a craftsman in the 1800s, perhaps in a small village in New England. Early in the morning, as the sun rises above the horizon, he steps into his workshop, a sturdy building filled with the scents of sawdust and fresh timber. After selecting an appropriate log, he secures it in place, gripping the froe tightly. With a confident swing, the sharpened edge bites into the wood, the craft of splitting it into shingles or other required forms unfolding before him. Each clean break is a testament to his skill. The froe produced shingles that covered countless homes, becoming vital elements in the construction of barns and houses. There's something elegant about the way a froe turns a solid log into useful material. Unbeknownst to most, the froe's utility extended beyond mere shingles. The tool often allowed the craftsman to shape boards into desired sizes, providing flexibility for furniture makers and builders alike. As with many hand tools, the froe faded into obscurity with the advent of power saws and modern woodworking machines, which made splitting wood a task performed in a fraction of the time. Following closely in our tale is the cooper's jointer, an exquisite tool that once wielded power in the hands of a cooper, a tradesman specialized in making barrels. Imagine a bustling workshop, the sound of hammers clanging rhythmically as wooden staves are joined to form a barrel. The cooper's jointer, a simple tool that resembles a plane but with a broader base, helps shape the edges of each stave to ensure a tight fit when assembled. The cooper glides the tool along the edge of the wood, shaping it diligently, creating perfect angles so the barrel can hold everything from whiskey to pickles. The jointer was not just an essential tool. It was the heartbeat of the cooperative spirit that kept businesses thriving before prefabrication became the norm. Unfortunately, as the production of barrels became increasingly industrialized, the demand for skilled coopers waned, taking the jointer with it. Today, very few are left in existence, hiding in the corners of dusty antique shops or resting quietly in attics. Now consider the sad iron. This tool, often overlooked but critical in its time, was designed for a task that many of us would now prefer to leave to modern steam or electric irons. This tool was essentially a heavy piece of cast iron with a flat base used for pressing fabric. Picture a farmhouse in the mid-19th century, where laundry day filled the air with the scent of fresh linen. A hardworking housewife would heat the sad iron on the stove, ensuring it reached the right temperature before smoothing out the wrinkles in her family's clothes. Each stroke required strength and precision, embodying a commitment to her household's appearance and comfort. The delicate clinking sound of the iron on fabric resonated, becoming a familiar tune on those busy days. While the process was laborious, the satisfaction of seeing the finished product, a crisp, clean shirt or a smooth dress, made it worthwhile. The sad iron played a crucial role in domestic life until electric irons revolutionized the task and transformed the process into a simpler, quicker endeavor. Today, we often catch a glance of sad irons in design shops or as curiosities in homes, wrapped in nostalgia for a time when every wrinkle was battled with determination. Now, let's take a pause for a moment. Did your grandfather have one of these in his shed? Perhaps it was a jointer or a fro. Share your stories in the comments below, those small, precious memories that keep these tools alive in your heart. We now journey on to explore the tinsmith snips, a seemingly straightforward tool that played a monumental role in the construction of everything from roofs to kitchenware. These cutting shears are designed to slice through metal sheets, and they were invaluable in the hands of a skilled tinsmith. Visualize a warm afternoon in the mid-1800s, where a tinsmith's shop buzzes with activity. The air is thick with the smell of hot metal, and the dull thud of hammers creates a rhythmic backdrop for creation. The tinsmith holds these snips, moving deftly, cutting intricate patterns into sheets of tin to form custom pieces, perhaps a lantern or an intricate, decorative element for a home. The beauty of these snips lies not just in their practicality, but in the artistry behind their use. Tinsmiths took great pride in crafting each piece, transforming raw metal into decorative and functional items that enhanced the aesthetics of everyday life. The simplicity and elegance of the design of the tinsmith snips meant they could be easily replicated, and they spread throughout the country. But as factory production techniques developed, handcrafted tin items were replaced in favor of mass-produced alternatives, and artisans began to disappear from the landscape. Now we turn to the auger, a tool that is vital for boring holes into wood. Picture a carpenter in the early 20th century, standing in front of a newly built house, ready to fit the door frame with hinges. In his hands, he holds an auger, resembling a large drill bit. This tool, with its twisting, spiral design, works like magic as he turns it to create the perfect hole. Imagine him sweating under the sun, focused intently, the interior of the house now echoing with the sharp, rhythmic sound of wood being expertly worked. The auger was a trusted companion for carpenters as it allowed for precision and care that power tools of today often overlook. However, the mechanics of the auger were eventually outpaced by electric drills, which provided speed and ease of use, rendering many traditional woodworking skills obsolete. Finally, we'll highlight the hand plane, an iconic tool of craftsmanship. This elegant piece of woodworking equipment was essential to carpenters for centuries. It features a smooth wooden base with a sharp blade extending out to shave thin slices from pieces of wood. Imagine a master carpenter in his neatly organized shop, surrounded by polished scraps and rich, fragrant cedar. As he draws the hand plane across the surface of his latest project, he feels the wood yield willingly beneath the blade, creating silky smooth surfaces and sharp edges. The satisfying shavings curl away like delicate ribbons, leaving behind a perfectly finished piece. But the hand plane, heartbreaking as it is, began to fade in popularity with the introduction of power planers and other advanced tools. The sense of control and connection with the wood that a craftsman enjoyed while using the hand plane slowly diminished, along with the tool itself. As we reminisce about these forgotten tools, we reflect on the craftsmanship that built America, where the clinking of metal, the scent of wood, and the soft focus of skilled hands formed the backbone of a burgeoning nation. Each tool represents a lost art, a way of living that prioritized handiwork and traditions passed down through generations. These stories remind us that within the steel, wood, and iron of forgotten tools, the essence of hard work and dedication remains alive. The hands that wielded these instruments shaped not just materials, but the future of countless families. Like this if it took you back, and subscribe for the next forgotten tool. The workshop never really closes.